right, first and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahawah, which is the God of Israel and Israel only. In the name of the Son Yahawah, which is the Savior of Israel and Israel only. We the Hebrew Israelites of the Sicarii sect, here to condemn America and proclaim death to America.
That's right.
All right? And to call back our fellow Israelites, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans to repentance. All right? So, check it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
The Most High gave statutes and judgments to Moses for him to teach us these statutes and judgments.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
That's right.
That ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep thee therefore and do them, for this is the wisdom and your understanding.
These laws are our wisdom and our understanding, right?
In the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and shall say, surely this is a great nation, and is a wise and understanding people.
So these laws make the Black, Hispanic, and Native American a wise and understanding people.
For what nation is there so great, who has God so near unto them?
So while we keep these laws, will make us a great nation, and will have the presence of Yahawah within us.
As the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all the law which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself.
Take heed to yourself, right?
And keep thy soul diligently.
And you got to keep your soul diligently, man. These laws will help you keep your soul diligently. This is what I want to touch on. Go ahead.
Lest thou forget the things which thy eyes have seen, lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, which teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
So we got to teach these laws to our sons and our sons' sons. All right. So these laws, you have to guard your soul diligently. All right.
That's right.
Guard what you have seen. All the signs and all the wonders that Most High had done for us on the way out of Egypt. All right. All right. And what the Most High has revealed to us, especially while we're unworthy. Okay. Because He revealed this truth to us while we were unworthy. All right. For you being awake is proof that the Most High gave you favor, man. He gave you mercy. All right, because you couldn't let your ass sleep.
That's right.
All right, bring that up. That's all right.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life.
So guard your heart with all diligence, all right? By meditating on these laws, that's just going to help you guard your heart. Bring that out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
Blessed is the man that won't walk in the counsel of the ungodly.
Nor standeth in the way of sinners. Nor sitteth in the seat of scornful. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord.
So being diligent, you will have delight in the law of the Most High power of Israel.
And in the law doeth he meditate day and night.
By meditating on these laws, it's going to help you keep your soul diligently, man. Bring that out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 143, verse 5. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works.
Meditate on all his works, right? Remember the days of old. Remember that, all right? That means what?
I muse on the work of thy hands.
Remember the days of old. That means remembering the old past. Bring that out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand in ye the ways and see. Ask for the old ways.
Ask for the old ways. That means returning to the law. Ask for the times when we're keeping the law of the Most High, man.
Where is the good way? And walk therein.
So walking in the laws and in a good way, that's keeping the laws, man. Got that? Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah.
And ye shall find a rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
What? Again?
But they said, we will not walk therein.
No. The other part, about the souls.
And for your souls, but they said, we will not walk therein.
Just read that whole verse.
Okay. Verse 16.
Verse 16.
Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see. Ask for the old paths.
Ask for the old paths.
Where is the good way?
That which is the good way.
And walk
Keeping the
therein.
laws the good way. Right?
And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Rest for your souls. Back in Deuteronomy 4, it says, guard your soul diligently. So keeping the law, you will have rest for your soul. Read that out.
This is Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 15. Because my people have forgotten me. They have burned incense to vanity.
Now this is going to happen. This is happening for not asking for the old paths. You're going to read. You're going to hear it. Bring it out.
And they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient path.
The ancient. From the top.
Because my people have forgotten me.
Because we have forgotten the Most High.
They have burned incense to vanity.
You have burned incense. You have made stupidity your God, man.
Right. And they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient path.
You have, see? The ancient paths against the law.
To walk in paths in a way not cast up. To make their land desolate and a perpetual hissing. Everyone that passeth thereby shall be astonished and wag his head. I will scatter them as with an east wind before the enemy.
See, not keeping the old ways has scattered us from the east wind. Meaning that, which way does the east wind blow? To the west, right? We had got scattered over here for not keeping the old ways, keeping the laws, man. Is that it?
I will shew them back and not the face in the day of their calamity. I will scatter them as with an east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity.
So by asking the old ways, by keeping these laws, man, by doing these things, and through these scriptures and through these laws, man, when we start keeping them, when we start remembering ourselves.
That's right.
All right? Because we were the answer. We are the descendants of those people that left Egypt, man.
That's right.
Those were our ancestors, man. All right? It was our ancestors that spoke to the Most High. They spoke to the Most High at Horeb, man. All right?
You might ride twice, but I don't know. I think we just haven't played all the year.
Exodus 19. Like I said, it was our ancestors, man. Our ancestors came. We came into the covenant with the Most High, man. All right, got that yet?
Book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 8. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord.
So, see, our ancestors came into this covenant with the Most High, man. All right?
This is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6.
So this is the old ways right here, right?
YAHAWAH said unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but through me.
So he's pretty much the path, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he's our standard, right? He kept the law perfectly.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're supposed to mimic him, man. All right? So when we start keeping these laws, the Most High would start having mercy on us, not just on the on a base on a case to case. I mean, on an individual basis, man. We want Him to start actually having mercy on us on a state. I'm talking about on a whole nation, or on the whole on the level on the whole nation. All right. So, you got that? So He's our standard. We have to imitate Him. Out.
Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
You have to present your bodies a living sacrifice, right? That's what we're doing right now, huh?
Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
That is your reasonable service, man. That's the least you can do. The Most High of Israel done killed nations for you, man. You know what I mean? This is the least you can do, man.
And be not conformed to this world.
Don't be conformed to this world, man. You know what I mean? Because this is all death. All right?
That's right. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
What transforms the mind, man? Bring that out.
Khan. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. And the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
The old past is what converts the soul and the mind,
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
That's it.
That ye may prove, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
What's the will of God, man? What is the will of the Most High Power? Bring that out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 8. I delight to do thy will, O my God. Thy law is within my heart.
Doing the law is what it's the will of the Most High.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So as we see, the will of the Most High is for us to go back to the old ways and keep the law.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5, verse 33. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord YAHAWAH hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye possess.
So keeping the law is the will of the Most High, man. Us going back to the old ways. Not conforming to this world, because we know that this world is death, man. And death is coming to this world. And if you don't convert, and if you don't start keeping the laws, you're going to die. Man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And keep in mind, fathers, if you're not found worthy on that day, your kids are going to die too.
That's right.
All right?
This is the first book of Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them, Matthias also and his sons came together, then answered the king's officers, and said to Matthias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in this city.
We are not conformed to this world, man. All right? Like our ancestors refused to.
And strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore come thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment.
See, back then, they try to make our ancestors in the time of the Maccabees to conform to the world.
Like as all the heathen have done. Yeah, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold.
You try to persuade them with riches, man. Don't be persuaded with stuff like that, man, because it's not going to be worth nothing soon, man.
And many rewards. Then Matthias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him.
Though all the world and all these nations are under this damn white man still,
And fall away every one from the religion of their fathers.
And he's done persuading everybody to even leave the ways of their ancestors.
And give consent to his commandments. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren.
As for us and our sons and our brothers and the rest of Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans that are in this truth,
walk in the covenant of our fathers.
that will walk in the laws and the old ways of our fathers.
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the old path.
That's right.
24 and 7.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 24, verse 7.
We will not hearken to the king's word.
We will not hearken to the goddamn devil's words,
That's
man.
right.
We will not hearken to these goddamn white man's words.
To go from our religion.
To lead the way of the worship of our God.
Either on the right hand or the left.
Neither from the right hand or the left. Let's see where they got that from. Bring that out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 24, verse 7. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people that they said all that the Lord has said, and we will do and be obedient. This book of Exodus, chapter 28, verse 14. And the two chains of pure gold at the ends of the red.
So we will not lead these laws up to the right hand or left. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 14. Thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I have commanded thee this day.
We should not leave these laws or the words of the Most High that He commanded us.
To do the right hand or to the left.
Nor to the right hand or to the left, meaning we will not deviate from this law, man.
That's right.
To go after other gods, to serve them. But if it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments,
so if you won't hearken unto his words,
or his commandments and his statutes which I have commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
again, we will not deviate from the law of the Most High, from the right or from the left.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 1. My son, forget not my law.
Again, keep the law and the old ways, right?
But let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and my long life and peace shall they be added to thee.
So keeping the law, you have law. You will add law. You will add life and peace onto your life.
Let not mercy, truth forsake thee. Bind them up about the neck. Write them down on the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God.
So you will find favor in the eyes of the Most High by keeping these laws, man. All right.
This is the second book of Peter, chapter 3, verse 12.
And this is the favor we are trying to obtain from the Most High right here.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
Because back in Proverbs in verse 2 it says that he's going to add long life and peace.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
This is talking about when the missiles come and melt America.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise,
According to his promise,
look for new heaven and new earth.
we look, according to the promises of the Most High, we're looking for this new heaven and this new earth. And we're not talking about this actual earth, man, because we know earth is never going to pass.
That's right.
All right? We're talking about new foolishness.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Within dwelleth righteousness.
Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace.
Be diligent, for you will be found by him in peace. Alright? So this is all going back to diligence, man. You got that? That this is the day, right here, that we're trying to get found in peace in. Or else, watch, go ahead.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the days of the Lord, sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the kings and the children, as such are clothed with strange apparel. Verse 9. In the same day will I also punish all.
This day right here,
All those that leap on the threshold, which I fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. The great day of the Lord is near.
This day right here, the day of the Most High power is near.
It is near. Haste it greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
Ooh, the mighty man is going to cry bitterly, right?
That the day is the day of wrath and the day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, against the high towers. I will bring distress upon the men, that they shall walk blind. They shall be like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. Their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung.
First book of Peter, chapter 1, verse 6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice.
But we rejoice in that upcoming day, man.
Though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptation. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of YAHAWAH HaMashiach.
We're trying to get found in favor, man. We're trying to get found in glory at the appearance of our King.
That's right.
Don't get caught with your damn pants down. That's right.
That's right.
All right?
Whom having not seen, ye love, and whom
We haven't even seen this man, and we love him, man. All right? As a matter of fact, we're doing his work, man. All right?
though now ye see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you.
Since we say we're those men, right? We say we are those prophets, man. You got to search diligently. You get part of it?
Of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you.
Come on. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 30. When you glory the Lord, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet will he far exceed. When ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. when the glory of the Lord exalt him as much as you can.
So in the glory of the Most High, you exalt him as much as possible, man. All right?
For even yet will he far exceed.
Because there's nothing you can never do enough to exalt in the Most High.
That's
man.
right.
When you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough.
You can never do enough, man.
Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 54. For thou hast forsaken thine own way, and applied thy diligence unto my law.
So you got to forsake your own ways, man. Forsake your own pleasures. And what? In his law? What?
And sought it.
And seek his own laws.
Thy life hast thou ordered in wisdom, and hast called understanding thy mother. And therefore
Call understanding your mother,
and therefore I have showed thee the treasures of the highest.
The treasure of the highest and your salvation. Right?
After other 3 days I will speak other things unto thee, and declare unto thee mighty and wondrous things. Then went I forth into the field, giving praise and thanks greatly unto the Most High, because of his wonders, which he did in time.
So through diligence, we'll get this treasure of salvation, man. All right? That's going way back in the law. Guard your soul diligently. Is that there yet? Not sure. 22:5.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 22, verse 5. But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law.
Take diligent heed to do the law, the commandments in the law.
Which Moses, the servant of the Most High, has charged you, to love the Lord YAHAWAH and walk in all his ways.
And that's how we love the Most High, man. A lot of people say they love God, man, and don't keep none of his commandments. All right? And that's how we love the Most High. He's telling you how to love him, man.
And to keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and serve him with all your heart and all your soul.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
So he's bearing heaven and earth as witness against us,
that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
He said life and death, blessings and curses.
Therefore choose life.
Therefore choose the law where you can live, man.
That both thou and thy seed may live.
So basically, keep the law, and you might have a chance to be saved out of here, man. It's all in the will of the Most High, man.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Who will rise up for God against the evildoers?
Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
At the end of the day, that's what the Most High wants, man. All right, that's all I got, man. I want.